Hello, friends, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another episode of Try It With Me Tuesday. On this third installment, we are actually going to do 80s inspired Lisa Frank nails. The reason for this is because at work we are having an 80s spirit week, and I actually have my left hand done already, looking very Lisa Frank-like. So we are doing an 80 Spirit Week at work, and I figured, hey, why not do some 80s nails to go along with it? So I searched Pinterest for some ideas, and I'm going to go ahead and put those ideas up here right now. Cute ideas, right? So I found all of those different ideas and decided to go ahead and take off a couple of those. So what I am doing is I'm doing a gradient with 6 different colors. You can kind of see it here underneath the animal print. Again, very Lisa Frank-like, because Lisa Frank did lots of animal print. So what I've done here in preparation is I've gone ahead and painted my nails. I have used Sally Hansen Sunkissed on my pinky nail. I have used for my 2 accent nails, because with gradient you should be using your lightest color as your base color. I used Mellow Yellow, also from Sally Hansen. For this one right here, this tealish color, I used Color Club. This is Palm to Palm. And then for this one, I used Sally Hansen's Coral Reef. So what I'm also doing is I'm using not only those, but I'm using Sally Hansen's Blew Away. And then I'm also using Sinful Colors. This color is Amethyst. So I'm using those colors to do this 6-toned gradient. So let's go ahead and get started. We have here the Sinful Colors Amethyst, and what I'm going to do is paint it on my makeup sponge. This is just a normal makeup sponge. We're just going to do that little block right there. And then I have the Color Club Palm to Palm next. And we're going to paint that one right there, and just that little square. Next up is Sunkissed. And we'll go ahead and paint that one right there. Next up is the Coral Reef. I'm going to put that one right underneath the Amethyst. Next up is the Blew Away. That one's not wanting to come out. There we go. Next up is the Blew Away. We're going to go ahead and paint that one right there. And then last but most certainly not least, we have Mellow Yellow. We'll go ahead and put that one there. And then what I've gone ahead and done is I've done the Mani mask over my accent nails here. You just want to wait a minute to kind of let the color soak in just a little bit. You see how it's pulling right here? You don't want that when you're doing the gradient. So we're just going to wait a minute, tap it a little bit to go ahead and get the polish to settle. When I do the next go round, I won't do quite as much on the brush. There we go. Now it's settled in. And then we'll go ahead and just start here. What you do is you just take your color and you just sponge it on. Just like that. So we'll go ahead and leave that to dry a little bit, and we'll do the other nail. Once it's dry, we'll come back over and do a second coat for the gradient, and you just do small little, you just sponge on a little bit, let it dry, sponge on a little bit more. You don't want to do it all at once because you need to allow it to dry between each coat. Otherwise, as you're doing the sponge, you're just pulling the color back up. Let's go ahead and Coral Reef, Blew Away, 80s inspired Lisa Frank. Lisa Frank was very loud, neon, bright colors, and then animal print. And so that's what we're doing here. The other thing that I'm using is I'm also using my Maniology Mani by Me October plate here. This is the Maniology MXM 017. I am using the cheetah image along with the zebra stripe image. The cheetah image, I actually did a reverse stamping. So in between the coats drying, we'll go ahead and show you the reverse stamping part of it. But let's go ahead and put on this sponged part. So it's 6 different colors, showing up quite well on that one. We'll go ahead and let that dry. We'll put the sponge to the side, move these out of the way. And then the stamping polishes that I'm using today for the reverse stamping is I'm using the Braves Diva black, and then I'm using the Shutout white. So what I'm going to do first is we'll do the reverse stamping image for the cheetah print, because that's what I need to do the white on. So we'll go ahead and just paint that and scrape. If you have trouble with getting it to go, this one I didn't pull the color down far enough, so we'll go ahead and paint the rest of that. But if you have trouble getting it to go, you can always try scraping in a different direction. But I have never had an issue with my monocle stamper, so that's kind of fun. I did have an issue with it right there, so we're going to go ahead and clean it up because I stopped in the middle of it to paint the rest of it, so I should have just painted it correctly in the first place. Again, I'm not a professional. I'm not a nail tech. I'm just an ordinary gal that likes to do my nails. So I'm learning right along with you guys. Go ahead and clean that up. And then we'll try that again. Okay, here we go. Bring the color down a little bit further this time. Scrape. Pick it up with the monocle stamper. There we go. That's beautiful. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set that to the side and let that dry just a little bit. Clean up my plate here. The way that I do reverse stamping is a little bit different than the tutorials that I've seen, but it has worked great for me. So I'm going to continue doing it the way that I do it because it has worked wonderfully. But we'll go ahead and set that outside of the way. And then we will do the next coat of gradient. So again, we're going to start with the amethyst up here in the corner. We're going to do the palm to palm. And as I'm pulling it out of the bottle, I am taking time to, I'll go ahead and show you here. I am taking time to go ahead and just scrape the sides there so that it's not, doesn't do the major pulling like it did the first time around. There we go, coral reef. And then we have Blue Away. I love this Blue Away color. It's so pretty. Nice sea blue there. And then finally, last but not least, Mellow Yellow. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and I'm going to attempt to get more of that Blue Away this go around because it didn't do it last time. There we go. Now, pretty. Okay. I don't know what that was all about. That little voice that just came out. It's kind of like Gollum with the My Precious thing. There we go. Scrape. Sun-kissed. Scrape. If you have any techniques that you'd like me to try, let me know. Right now I'm just kind of reviewing products and doing techniques that I find fun, but you can always let me know if you have any requests. As you have seen, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I do a lot of Maniology reviews, but then I also do reviews of other products as I get them. I have my next Maniology order that's coming today, actually, so that video will come up within the next day or so. Of that blew away, pulled up a little bit too much. We're going to go ahead and scrape some of that off. Okay, as you can see, I've really taken off a lot of the color from my brush there so that I can kind of blend that blue away in. But I have the next Maniology order coming, which is one of the Christmas bundles, and then the stocking stuffer colors. So I'll be swatching those. So fun. And then I'm finding that 2 coats is just fine on this. So we'll go ahead and leave that. And then we'll finish this reverse stamping here. What I like to do with the reverse stamping is I like to go ahead and use the plate, because then it makes for easy cleanup. So I'm going to do some of the shutout white here. Right there. And then I'm going to take my dotting tool. I prefer to use the dotting tool. A lot of people use brushes. For me, the dotting tool just works a little bit better. But you use what works for you. And then I take and I just kind of dot the color on. In the little cheetah dots here. And then once I'm done with this, I'll set this to the side and let it dry. But anyhow, so I do have the Maniology, one of the Christmas bundles, and then both of the stocking stuffer color sets that are coming. So I'll swatch those and review that box for you when it comes. And then I just did my first polish pickup order. So I'll be getting polish pickup. Polish pickup, if you don't know what it is a like basically a bunch of indie nail polish companies release their colors once a month, and you can pick it up through polish pickup. All right, we'll go ahead and look at it through there. That's what it's going to look like on the nail. So we're going to set that aside to let it dry a little bit. And then while this is finishing drying, it's almost dry. That's why you want to do like little, just small, light touches. That way it dries pretty quickly. While that is drying though, I will go ahead and grab my ice cube stamper. Now that I have a couple of monocle stampers, I haven't used the ice cube stamper in a while, but we're going to go ahead and use it just for time's sake. And we'll do the zebra stripe on my middle finger. And then by then, the reverse stamping image should be done drying enough. A lot of people use it to, or leave it to dry overnight or for several hours, and then they apply it with a sticky base coat. That's not what I do. I actually let it dry just long enough to be still a little bit tacky, and then I put it on the nail that way. And it actually works great. I've yet to have something not stick. Of course, now that I'm saying that, it probably won't stick. But we're going to try it anyway. Okay, I'm a rebel. I don't like to do things within the rules. I like to find my own way. All right, let's go ahead and do the zebra stripe. Scrape. The ice cube stamper doesn't do the best at picking up. The monocle stamper really does a better job. I'm just cleaning up the edges here. Okay, I am back. I've got a little bit of cleanup work to do. I had to walk away for a little bit. I apologize. But I got the zebra stripe sort of on my nail. It went weird. So I'm going to be redoing that before I actually post the pictures of this. But my cheetah spots here are about the correct consistency. So I'm going to go ahead and add those. They are just a little bit tacky, not too bad. So we're going to go ahead and just add those onto my nail. As you can see, that actually did it beautifully where it adhered, it didn't stick. I didn't need the sticky base coat, nothing. So there we go. What I'm going to do is do the cleanup work. I'm going to go ahead and redo the zebra stripe here. And then I will put on the base coats and take the pictures, and my Lisa Frank nails will be complete. So let me know what your thoughts are. This is the very first time that I've done the gradient with the 6 colors. I think it was kind of fun. It gave a little bit of a tie-dye-y type look. But let me know what your thoughts are, and let me know if there's anything that you would like me to try. And I will see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe.